Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, Megan.
Hi, Melissa.
Do you know what today is?
Let me guess. Is it Black Friday?
I mean, I'm here, so it's always Black Friday.
What's the other one? It's called Friday? Ash went... No.
That's a Wednesday.
As I started saying, I was like, Ash and Wednesday is the word that follows it. Is there a religious one?
Good Friday.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking of. Not to be confused with Good Charlotte. Is that a religious play on words? Who is Charlotte?
I don't know. I'd have to ask them.
Pete Wentz isn't in that one, right?
Isn't that the one... Wait, Benji? The twins? Is that right?
The Maddens. Uh-huh. Cameron Diaz.
Mm-hmm. And,
Do you know Pete Wentz is black?
yes.
I watched a TikTok of someone who's talking about the difference of like white passing in television and like in real life. And I had no idea.
His mom.
Yeah.
Black woman. Yeah. Joel and Benji. That's right. Which one is married? This one's married to Cameron Diaz. Benji's married to Cameron Diaz. So that means Joel is married to Nicole Richie.
Yeah. And none of them were married to Ashley Simpson. That was...
No, Ashley Simpson is married to...
No, her first husband.
Were they married?
I don't know. Was she not married to Pete Wentz?
I don't remember that.
She's fucking fire. Music.
She was married to Pete Wentz.
Okay, yeah. But
He's
now
in
she's
Fall
a
Out
Ross.
Boy.
Yes. I know Fall Out Boy. I've met both Pete and Patrick Stump. Okay. Funny guys. Love them. They thought I was hilarious. Which is my precursor for if I like someone.
Yes, I'm aware.
Speaking of, did you reach out to my cardiologist?
No, because you got to send me his info again.
Okay,
Because I lost it.
Okay. I love the new feature on your phone where you can search, like screenshot, like you can just search words.
Megan, that's not new.
Okay, new to me. I don't need the judgment here. I'm just searching up doctor.
Remember, that's how I found that picture of me and Kylie and Kendall.
That's true. That's true because it was written there. Doctor.
I don't think we ever posted that.
Oh, I will. I know I saved it. I think I definitely forgot. Damn, I do a lot of screenshots about doctors.
Did you? You didn't screenshot his.
Oh, no? I screenshot the other one?
Yeah, you screenshot. That's how I have that one.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll log in.
Okay.
Well, we've deduced that it's not Black Friday, Good Friday, or it is Black Friday. It's not Good Friday. It's not Good Charlotte. Nor is this Fall Out Boy.
But this is Fisting Friday.
Wow, I knew we would get there eventually. I just have to run through the list of national Friday holidays.
Fisting
Friday. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, you are with peace and love. You're lost.
Yeah, come back on a different day. Are you taking a picture of me? No. Then why? Oh, because you don't have your glasses on.
Oh, I'm trying to log in my Face ID.
But why? I
was trying to move my phone around the mic.
It's so far from your face.
Yeah.
But But if you're, like Megan said, if you're new here, you're lost, please come back on Monday and Thursday, or just go to yesterday's episode so you can listen to one of our regular episodes. One is Don't Blame Me, which is a call and advice show, and the other is But Am I Wrong? So, But Am I Wrong is when people write in and ask if they're wrong about a situation, and also we give our own thoughts and takes and things that we might have been wrong about, but we're never wrong. And so in Fisting Friday, we read the results that we post the polls for on Instagram. And so this episode was actually for last week's poll.
Yeah. I'm not going to doubt you. Because I have a hard time with days, times, numbers.
Life.
Yeah. Sad but true. Sad but true. Yeah, I would like to issue an apology for this being posted so late.
You had so much time this time.
I did have a lot of time. I have been in post recovery after like the concert, like just being like so wiped out and tired. But really what got me was the not sleeping plus the gluten. That's what really wrecked me all weekend. I had my first normal poop today.
Congratulations.
And I got glutened. I got glutened on Saturday, and it is Thursday. How fucking crazy is that?
Very, very much so. Okay.
So it's for episode 76.
All right.
First up was me. Normalize sitting at concerts. 6% said I was wrong. 94% said I was not wrong. And I actually saw someone post on TikTok about their experience at the Hollywood Bowl seeing Maggie Rogers, and about how like the vibes were so off, and like, is it like post-COVID concerts?
Who's Maggie Rogers?
Have you ever seen that clip of when Pharrell went to NYU and for the music program, and people like played the songs? So someone had edited it down like this very long thing, and of just him listening to hers, and that went like supremely viral. That was the first time I heard about her. I would think that would probably be when you would have heard about her.
No.
She makes music. She's
Is it sad music?
She makes like Phoebe Bridgers, if Phoebe Bridgers did like more acid or more Molly. Like it's like she's like her lyrics like sometimes can be more
Billie
sad.
Eilish.
No. Billie Eilish is like sad teenager music, which
but
I'm
also
forever
on
a sad
acid.
teenager. I think that it's more of like the concept of what would it be like to be on acid. Like as opposed to like actually being on acid. Like Casey Musgraves makes like country music by someone who's on LSD.
See, I used to be in a Casey Musgrave / sad girl music phase. I called it my coffee shop music phase. And
as a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
I'm over it. So if she's in that category, then no.
No, it's like if you maybe read the lyrics, you would go like, this is kind of sad, but like it's like you're bopping around and you don't realize. Like I'm not going to say that she makes Kelly Clarkson music, but similar to Kelly Clarkson, where you're like bopping around singing along and you go, is this song about divorce?
Okay.
But not all of her songs.
Okay.
You know? Do you ever listen to Muna?
No.
See, that's the one that I was far more of an obscure reference to.
I don't know these people.
But yeah, so this person made a TikTok about how everybody was like sitting and like the vibes were all off and like people were talking during the opener. And I was
talking.
I know. But granted, it was the Hollywood Bowl. And she was like, I've heard that it is the venue. And I was like, it's without a doubt the venue. But then I commented on it being like, I'm a huge proponent of sitting at concerts, but I do think that there needs to be, I wish venues were built in a way where you buy tickets to sit or stand and it doesn't obscure other people's views.
When you go to a Hollywood Bowl, you just have to think about that as being just a big picnic where there just happens to be music.
No, Melissa, that is I was like, not enough characters for me to say that, but I was like, that's exactly what it was. And then everyone was commenting being like, it's the bowl. Like, because people have season tickets. And so they just go regardless of who's there. Like, it is like a date night kind of a thing, not so much a concert. But you're right. It is exactly like a picnic. And then I had commented about that and they were like, yeah, no, I wish it was like that. But I was like, also like, I'm so sorry you had a bad experience. And then you had to leave the Hollywood Bowl because that's actually the worst. And she was like, yeah, my boyfriend came and picked me up. And I was like, oh my God, gold star for him. But it's just it's so brutal. It's taking me like 2 hours to get out.
I'm trying to remember what was the last thing I saw at the Hollywood Bowl, but I don't remember. I don't know. Catherine, they moved, but we used to go all the time.
I think I've literally only gone twice, and I don't know that I would go again. It's the parking.
I'm fine with that. We've seen Janelle Monáe several times at the most random places, like before she was like very famous.
That's funny. The wheel turn.
We've seen her like at just like it wasn't at the Hollywood Bowl, but it was a much smaller thing that like E was doing, and there might have been like 5 people there. So we've had private Janelle Monáe concerts.
Westfield Century City Mall. Like LA County Fair.
Yes.
No, that's a vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't even with the Jonas Brothers.
Well, one of the Jonas Brothers was also there.
Nick?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was during his fat face, his light skin face.
Yep.
Also, still 5 people there. And by the time he came on, we were like, we're done.
Yeah.
We've been here all day.
Unless if he was the only one singing Jealous, I'm like, I was a Nick girl. I'm definitely a Joe girl now. But once you do the gospel version of Jealous, like I love you so much. This is no longer a solo performance. Like I need the layers of the vocals in there.
Yeah, we heard it once we got to the car and I was like, oh, there it is. So whatever.
There it was. There it is. There it was. And as we leave. Well, so that was what I was going to say about that person, and that person replied and was like, I agree with this. Let's see. I screenshotted something else.
A lot of people wrote in this week. Maybe it's a good time of week tip.
I know. Someone said, I luckily got seats at railing so I couldn't sit. So I could sit for the whole Arrows show. Couldn't have handled standing the whole time. We absolutely need sitting and standing sections. I love to stand and dance at concerts, and I hate that I might block people from seeing everything if they happen to sit during one of my favorite songs. I totally agree. I wish there was a hybrid option, along with reworking all venues to accommodate people with small bladders. Having to apologize every time I need to get up sucks, and I don't always want to have to try and get an end seat. Understandable. This has been a frustration of mine for a while. I'm disabled and my physical capacity for standing is very low. I went to a concert 2 years ago that was standing only, no seats, and the opener performed, but the headliner was 30 minutes late. I considered leaving because I couldn't stand anymore, but found some couches on an upstairs balcony lounge with screens of the stage. It was so frustrating that if there wasn't a place to sit, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy the performance. We posed this question on our Patreon, but I would like to pose it again for people.
Somebody else said, you are never wrong, but I agree with this. Also, normalize sitting at work. I've had arguments with people who say you're not working hard enough if you're not standing. Like, what the fuck? I quit a job a couple weeks ago because they would only allow me to sit for 30 minutes during my break when I was actively working 12-hour shifts. I think we should normalize sitting overall.
I'm a big fan of sitting, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I do think that that's like a ridiculous thing that is implemented like specifically on like service workers and shit, because no one's going to say that you see your accountant sitting and go, you're not doing a good enough job. I want you to do my taxes while standing.
Right.
I actually would prefer if you sat, you know?
Right.
I don't want you to have to like think about staying upright. If you want to lay down and do my taxes, like that's also totally fine.
It is. Sitting at concerts is God tier. As a GI issue girly, it's so exhausting standing for long periods of time. Plus, it's equalizing for shorter friends. Let's just sit and vibe. So much better. Hard agree.
And like people like to say that you can't enjoy something if you're sitting. I raise you dancing in your fucking car along to music that you love. Like we have car dances. Like you create entire choreographies sitting down. Don't pretend that we can't be creative sitting at a concert.
All right, then up next we have me. We should still be celebrating summer with sundresses and hoochie daddy shorts. 7% said I was wrong. 93% said I was not wrong.
I want to thank you for doing this because I just got to look at pictures and decide.
Great.
I saved so many.
Someone said I feel seen regardless of what my friends and family say. My birthday is mid-September, which makes it a summer celebration factually. Thank you, Melissa, for educating the September summer deniers out there. I told my husband he needed some and he agreed. Thank you. Great.
I'm so happy for all of you who like get to experience this now. Mats will then like now see guys who are wearing like shorter shorts and he's like, I saw a guy wearing a really cool outfit and like I want to get something like it. And like his shorts were a little shorter and I'm like, thank God. Being influenced by the people you see walking down the street.
I love it so much.
Raise those hemlines.
And then someone else said in all capitalized words, it's too hot for bullshit body idealism. I don't quite know what that means, but okay.
What?
Maybe like because people do say like once school starts and stuff that like it's fall time. And so you have to change to fall clothes. I don't know.
Oh, I thought they were saying that like we shouldn't want people to wear.
I have no clue.
Okay. Well.
Explain yourself.
Yeah. Cool. Or not cool. I'm unsure.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Is that for that one? Okay. Then we have writer number 1 versus their cousin who wants to bring their child to the writer's wedding. 5% said the writer is wrong, and 95% said the writer is not wrong. And someone said, I voted the writer is wrong, but I guess they aren't wrong. It's their wedding, so they can do whatever they want. But I don't think it's weird to want to bring your kid when you know 10 other kids get to come.
But they aren't. You got to remember there's a line, because if you make the rule that it's immediate family only, that's the line you draw. That's the line you draw. That's the rule that you make. And so you can't just say, okay, well, next family, because then it just keeps opening it up more and more. And then there's no rule anyway. So if it's immediate family only, that's the rule.
Does immediate family mean, because would that be like if you are not married, don't have a partner, and don't have kids, would your immediate family be your parents and your siblings? And then when you get married and have kids, does it shift from being your parents and your siblings to your like partner and your children, or does it
That is
mesh?
how it works.
So your immediate family wouldn't be like your nieces and nephews?
No.
Okay.
For me, yes. But by definition, no.
Yeah, because that's what in my head, that would also be, that it would be that. But I guess I did wonder, and I don't know if I brought it up, that if like, I don't exactly remember how old this kid was either, but like if the kids know each other who are attending.
Yeah, but still.
No, totally. Yeah. But like that just creates
it does create
an odd kind of thing. But it's also, if you're comfortable, if you like don't want to invite them, then for me, you have to choose like what is like more awkward or more uncomfortable situation for you to be in. So if like the person who's having the wedding is like, I don't want this kid there, then that means that like that it would be more uncomfortable for them to go there. And so then it's on the parents to like explain.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Then we've got writer number 2 versus not asking their old sugar daddy about their marital status. 18% said the writer is wrong. 82% said the writer is not wrong. I don't think anybody wrote it for that one.
A little more divisive. Not like extremely, but I do think this is one that's like such a personal like choice. It's like the same thing. It's like if you would want someone to tell you.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it's like a moral, like morality kind of thing, more just like a personal.
But my thing is like, if they're if I'm on a dating site and I find someone, I just automatically assume that they're single.
Yeah.
You don't really ask like, hey, are you married?
No, and it's like if it's the idea that like if you have to dig so hard to find out, usually there needs to be an indicator that would make it so like you don't think that person is single. So they have to kind of like slip up or say something or be suspicious on something. And at that point, like you don't know that they have done that. So you do take someone at their word.
And then also, like, if it's a sugar baby situation, you're not going to be on their social media because it's a business thing.
Yeah. And I do think that is different than dating.
Mm-hmm. Wrong of the week, Meld used condoms. 100% said the perv is wrong.
For the record, the picture I used is it's actually it.
Someone said, didn't Jared Leto do this when he played the Joker in Suicide Squad? I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past him.
I think he did. Jared. How do you spell? I spelled jarded. Oh no, I jarded.
Condom.
Leto condom.
Did Jared Leto gift anal beads used condoms to his Suicide Squad mates?
He's told an entertainment portal. What? What's that? That no, used condoms are involved. 99% what people read is bullshit. There were no used condoms. Any of the very few gifts were in spirit of fun and adventure and received with laughter, fun, and adventure. I'm playing a guy called the Joker. It's okay to joke sometimes. And nothing ever crossed any lines, and it's not up to other people on the internet to create those lines. And then Viola Davis said, he gave us some really horrific gifts, and then he sends Margot Robbie a black rat. It was still alive in a box. She screamed, and then she kept it. And Jared Leto confirmed that he also, on a red carpet, that he gave anal beads and used condoms. What?
So you can't read it if you said it.
What the fuck?
Okay.
And then Will Smith said he's gone full Joker. He wasn't playing with it. He was dead serious. Then we have my nomination for Wrong of the Week, book talk / hockey drama. 96% said this mess is wrong, and 4% said this mess is not wrong. I didn't see any write-ins for this.
It's so sad because my resurgence of reading in my adulthood came from TikTok and Book Talk. I think Meghan had brought up a lot of good points about sports romances and how now I will be more careful about what I'm reading subgenre. I appreciate that this take did not shame people for reading romance books, but instead brought forth an important issue. Yeah, I don't care about people reading romance books. It's about when you make it about real people.
Yeah. So someone also said, when people sexualize real humans, it's so uncomfy because there's no consent. In this case with the players, but I also see a lot of people sexualizing actors based on the characters they play.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sexualization that's about an actor, a whole multifaceted human outside of the role, is so icky to me. And someone else also compared it to fanfic, which I also agree with. And on that, someone who has like the face, what is it called? But they are like the for a video game when you do motion capture. I don't know what you're the face.
They usually do the
face. What's it
voice
called?
too.
Yeah, but so your visual likeness is like an animated character. This like model is one for some video game, and people have made like entire fan accounts for him, and he's like not an actor. Like this isn't a role he's playing. They literally use his face as an inspiration to this, and people have latched on to this real person. And he's like, this is so weird. Like, stop. This is really uncomfortable. I'm not cool with this. I'm not okay with this. And they're assigning these traits to a literal video game character to him, and then making these fucking accounts for him, which reminded me a lot of this. Someone also said, what got me about this whole situation as someone on Book Talk and a Canadian was that she revived hockey and made it well known as it was, and that she was the queen of Book Talk when I'd literally never heard of her before this drama. I saw someone do a parody TikTok about that too. We're being like, I'm the queen of Book Talk, and it's like 3 years in, it's like 5 years into Book Talk. Everyone's like, what? Like, you can't claim that title, for yourself in that way.
If you join our Patreon, you would have got first dibs and direct interaction.
Yes, and conversation about it. For the book talks, when people who talk about reading smut, sexy books.
This is my...
No, Melissa and I literally, like, when I saw this, I sent her immediately. And we both were like, what the fuck? Like, psychologically, I need to unpack. I need someone to fucking help us understand this.
Yes.
Those are the books that you read. That's the content you make is about those kinds of books that you read. What is it with those people going on live, reading those books that are, literature porn, and then watching you as a viewer, watching someone else read that, and therefore,
silently,
implied arousal,
getting hot and bothered.
Yeah, giggling and like blushing and being like, but not interacting with the camera.
Yeah, and I don't want to like kink shame anyone.
No,
but my understanding is that most of the people that are doing this are straight women watching other straight women.
Yeah. And I also have issue with like the TikTok live feature. They just pop up. And so therefore, like, I cannot consent. If this is a kink, like, I can't actually consent to be a part of it, watching it. But it's also subtle enough that I think other people would then, it encourages like a voyeurism without calling that what it is.
Yes.
Like, you're not categorizing it under like, this is something sexual. And then someone might watch it, have sexual like feelings about it, but then assign that to then things that aren't categorized as being sexual.
Yes, because I understand mirroring like a lot during the pandemic when people were just like studying, and
as someone with ADHD, that's like a body doubling mirroring
and
thing.
so I was literally just like, there's this girl that was studying for like I think she was in pharmacy school, and I would like, she would have lives, and whenever I saw it, when I would be like in a TikTok hole, then I would be like, I need to be working. And so I'd just play hers and I'd work while I was doing it. But I'm not getting any sexual gratification. And she was not doing anything that was sexual.
No.
With the reading thing, it is, you are reading a sexual book. And so if someone's getting aroused, what? Like, what's the point? Yeah. I just want to know what's the point.
I'm just trying to understand like what the draw is to what, like, do you read it while you are also reading the book? And so then like, it feels like kind of like two people who are both like, is that like the sexy aspect of it, or like what? Because to clarify, they're not reading it out loud. No. It's just dead silent,
literally sitting on the couch and reading.
Yeah, and it's a far enough away that it feels like intentionally voyeuristic. Like the camera positioning, like it feels like you're looking through like a window. So
you want to know the smartest / dumbest thing I've seen somebody do on a live?
Yeah,
it was like 2:00 our time, and somebody was on the East Coast.
PM?
AM.
In the morning, 2 a.m. Okay. I had to clarify.
I hadn't gone to sleep yet, but it was like somebody on the East Coast, and it was a live, and it was like them sleeping and said, please wake me up when it's 5 a.m. But they didn't clarify what coast they were on, 1. And then 2, it was just a picture of them. It wasn't them actually sleeping.
They got so much money
and
from
so
that.
they were getting,
Yeah, those sleeping lives were like a big thing for a while. And
but hers was just, I was like, do y'all not see that she is
not breathing?
It's just a picture.
I mean,
there's no movement. And I only watched it for like
can't wake her
a
up
minute.
At all.
Yeah.
That's funny. Now that's like a good way to get around it. Because when people are like actually sleeping, I'm like, I don't like this.
Well, they have whole like OnlyFans now for that.
Yeah, but at least that's behind a paywall, and you can track the people who are like,
and
if something were to
people
happen,
are doing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. As somebody who was this project SAG? I don't remember. As somebody who did a project at some point, I'm the person, where it was a horror premise, and I was a live streamer who got stalked and murdered all through the POV of like
I don't know this
live
project.
streaming thing. It was fucking terrifying. I was in the Santa Clarita like mountains, and it was like a night shoot shit. So it'd be like 4 a.m. and there's no cameras. Like I can't really like. I mean, there are cameras. Like they'll do those wider shots, and we're using a big camera as my phone a lot of the time. Like I'm holding it, but for certain parts, they're like, no, we want this to be handheld from.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
On the phone, so like I'm in the middle of like a fucking field, and everybody else is up at the house, and then I'm being chased by a person who I have not met, and they're like in a mask and everything. And then I'm being chased and I'm just recording it through my phone. And I was like, I'm not acting. Like, I'm fucking terrified. Like, this is awful. It was fun, but it was really scary. Yeah. Anyways.
How are you running, though?
Well, you didn't have to see me run, so.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know, that's the crucial part. Like, if you can see me run.
I looked down at your legs when you were telling.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a body double for this one because if there was a wide shot, yeah, you would have needed someone else.
Okay.
Because I can run. It just like is not what other people would necessarily call running.
Mm-hmm. Unless it was a comedy.
Yeah. It's like a penguin walking as fast as they can. Mm-hmm. That's what me running is. Anyways. Well, that was it for the results. Thanks everyone for writing in and giving so much input.
I had a hiccup.
Oh. You good? You don't do that.
I have hiccups.
Often?
Yeah, actually.
Really? Okay, I wake up almost every morning and I pick up the second I wake up.
I don't have that, but I do have hiccups. Probably once a week.
Okay. What is it? Like, why do some of us have more than others? Is it a good hiccup or a painful one? I fucking hate the painful hiccups.
Not painful.
Okay, that's good. Wow, it's crazy that you can hiccup but you can't burp.
Yep.
Always in, never out. Is a hiccup in? It feels in.
It's an in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's an in and up, not an out and about. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah.
Cool. Cool. Well, we hope you all enjoyed. Please keep engaging with this stuff and sending us your thoughts. And for a lot of the stuff, there's no hard feelings if you disagree with like our takes on things that are low stakes. Like if you're like, oh, like a bigot, but if you did like you don't agree with sitting at concerts and you vote that, I'm not going to rip you to shreds if you like respond why you are anti sitting at concerts.
Yeah,
you know, unless you're like I'm actually an ableist piece of shit. But there can be like a discourse. Like it doesn't just have people who agree with us writing in.
I want to hear what people have to say about the sugar daddy thing.
Yeah, I would be curious about that too, because there a lot of the time like people will say things and it's like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. I could totally see that. And especially when you and I agree on something, it's interesting to hear. I know people will disagree, but to know like what the catalyst of that is.
Yep.
Anyways, we will
see you on Monday for a new episode of Don't Blame Me.
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.